Hello there everyone, it's Tarot Tuesday, and today we're going to do a different kind of reading than we normally do. You're going to pick whether you want the Dragon deck, the Ascended Master deck, and the Isis deck to read for you, or if you want the Shaman deck, the Cloud deck, and the Native American deck to read for you. We also have a citrine stone if you need a stone to help you pick out what you're going for. And then we also have a recondite stone, just in case if you're going to pick that. Pick which decks you would like for your reading right now. See which ones you're going to connect with. I'm really feeling I'm feeling, even though maybe something to do with business is on this end, something to do with my heart is on this end. So I want to go with what's in my heart, and I'm going to be reading that one next time. So when we're going to be doing that. So if you picked out your deck, we're going to take a second here, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with this bottom deck set right here, and then we'll dive into that one right there. All right, see you in a second. Alright you guys, so now we're going to dive into the first deck. So as you see, the cards are spread out a little bit differently based off of like this map that I have set up here based off of the planets. And in this corner over here we have an asteroid belt, in that corner over there we have an asteroid belt. Those are the final decks that we were just using. Those are going to be read in at the very end. I know you can't see them very well, but I will show you them when we get to those two corners right there. All right, so the sun has to do with positivity, joy, the things that we're starting to gravitate into our reality. When we look at the Isis deck, the Isis deck lands itself on the sun, and it's basically telling us life restored, where there's something about you that's dying and it's being rebirthed actively right now, just like the phoenix with life restored. And then look how life restored comes with the key of life in the Isis deck, which is basically telling us that you're spinning the Ankh and the keys of life to create exactly what you want. So you've taken some sort of control over your life most recently with all this Rahu energy, and a lot of things are transforming. That's basically the energy that we have here for the sun. All right, so that's what you're generating. That's where you're wholeheartedly happiest at, and that's what you're going for. So now I'm being told to read Mercury. Mercury has to do with your solar plexus. Mercury has to do with the past, knowledge, like higher wisdom, stuff like that. So when we start off with the Isis deck, because that is like the sun deck, right? It's telling us divine sun child, that you're having blessings from the sun falcon on understanding maybe your personal power, your personal truths, things that are new ideas that are sparking into your life. Right now is a moment that you maybe should be investing in some crystals, particularly with the Ascended Master deck. If you've been thinking about buying crystals, investing in them, or just maybe looking for a crystal right now that really helps you, this deck is running off of citrine, okay? The citrine stone is a solar plexus stone, and this is it right here. It's super tiny, but it's a solar plexus stone. It basically is telling us all about being creative, taking on business adventures. Like this deck right here has a lot to do with finances, is reading. We have a dragon card, which is telling us the emerald dragon brings us healing and cosmic abundance. Good fortune is coming. Let your thoughts support your divine perfection. Align with your fifth dimensional blueprint. So I pretty much said that like right off the bat. Like I felt like the bottom deck had something to do with cash, business, but the top deck had something to do with the heart, depending on what it is that you really wanted to know for. So I mean, I definitely know that this is resonating in my life so far, but I didn't really want to know too much about the business aspect because I am aware of what's going on. So don't worry about your abundance. You have a bunch of abundance coming through. Find a crystal that's going to help you, maybe some citrine. Wear that on your neck because this is business time, abundance, but also think about Super 7. I love Super 7. So now I'm being told to go to Pluto right over here, and we just have one Ascended Master card. The biggest difficulty right now that you're going to be dealing with is persistence. Like sometimes you need that drive to really come out on top and get the things that you want. So it's kind of like, don't give out the gas, okay? Because that's what's going to be really playing a lot of that success that's going to be coming to you. And if you don't have persistence, obviously, how can you expect your manifest to come? Now I'm being told to go to Neptune. So Neptune actually has a lot of cards here that we're going to be diving into, because Neptune's actually affecting a lot of the energies going on this week. So we're going to start off with the Ascended Master Isis deck. You're unifying yourself with your angelic self. Like you're understanding something truly powerful about your angelic self. And you're bringing balance back into your life with the scales of balance, which is allowing you to connect to some sort of sacred tantra, powerful embodiment of the kundalini, like being able to create things in general. But they're telling you that right now you need to spend some time energy healing. So I love it because the energy healing card and the crystals cards usually comes up when this is a moment for you to really take some time for yourself and kind of just breathe for a second, especially if you're rebirthing your life. Like sometimes you need a second just to breathe and catch yourself all together. Don't worry about the abundance. The abundance is definitely going to keep coming in, but you need to be able to say, like, how can I use the tools of alchemy and consciousness to help me better maintain all this that's going on, okay? So stones obviously are a great way to do that, whether wearing them or putting them in your house, doing some energy healing. We know that this deck all has to do with the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. We know that it's talking about life. If you know quantum Reiki, you should be practicing quantum Reiki all day, every day, all the keys on your sacral and solar plexus chakra for the next week, okay? Very simple, to the point. We have the Silver Dragon, which is basically telling us it illuminates your potential to higher light. Access untapped resources, look into your soul, see higher possibilities. And that's probably why Merlin's telling us right now down here in Neptune that you have to like meditate right now. Neptune energy is really tied to the third eye. Neptune energy is tied to water energy. Neptune energy is all about movement, but it's also about connecting with your ancestors and knowing more of yourself and like what's available for you at the long run. So then we're going to flip over here. We have the Sunshine Yellow Dragon, which helps you to connect to animals, basically helping you to respect and honor nature. This is another one of those things, like maybe I'm picking up right now, like this is grid keeper energy right here. So if you are not sure what a grid keeper is, you are essentially a living resonator to keep the conscious grid in alignment. So like where we had the pyramids back in the day, the pyramids aren't resonating at the same frequency anymore like we needed them to. So now you are a living resonator to keep the grid alive. So right now it's a moment for you to tap into your energy. This is grid keeper energy. Not only are you healing yourself, but you're healing the collective. Also start using the neurocodes. If you don't know the neurocodes, look them up on my YouTube page. Like you can take the class for free and start incorporating your tarot card readings with the divine guidance of the cosmos, because this right here is the cosmos telling you what you've manifested, and in order for you to get your manifest, this is what the cosmos requires from you. Gaia needs you to do a payout here and help raise the consciousness of the world by maintaining your vibration and healing the grid. Now I'm being told to go to Mars. Mars has to do with adventure. Mars has to do with making new things happen, movement as well, like warlike energy, fire-like energy, creating things similar to the sun. But Mars can also be very reckless. So let's see what's going on here. The Eye of Horus, awakening your divine potential. So when Mars comes up at this, like essentially with the sacral chakra energy, and it's telling us a lot about that Mars energy, you need to spend exquisite time diving into your subconscious with that Neptune call out. Like you have something deep inside of you that can change the cosmic energy of the planet. And I'm picking up like so much energy right now as I'm reading this. Like there's something massive inside of you, and Gaia, the cosmos, needs you right now to step up to the plate and give that energy out by just healing yourself and recognizing that you're connecting to the collective consciousness while you do that. If you can do that and honor this energy right now that's going on, you will see massive payouts. Then we have Isis. Look at that. Isis was our main deck here. And then we have Isis again showing up in the other Ascended Master deck, telling you that right now is a moment that you need to balance career and home life. And I know definitely that something else is resonating with me so far, even though I didn't pick this deck. Then we have the Golden Christened Dragon. It brings your higher love so that you can embody Christ's consciousness. Absorb the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain in fifth dimension. So right now, essentially, a lot of these cards are talking about fifth dimensional energy. Everyone who's picked out this deck right here is tapping into 5D energy. So first of all, congratulations, because that's super hard. If you know the 5D course that I provided on Udemy, take the 5D energy course. This is something you can start using to really keep yourself up in high spirits. So then I was told to go to Jupiter. Jupiter has to do again with finances and massive projects, success even. So then the Temple of Carnelian has to do with, again, abundance, entering the fiery belly of Sekhmet. Sekhmet is also associated, again, with Mars. She's a warlike goddess. She also takes her form. The Sekhmet or Sekhem stands for form. What is your form? What is your ultimate power? What do you really want? All these other energies are telling you, you know what you want. You know where you're going for it. You have to stay in alignment with that power, because that's continuously generating into your life, and it's going to bring out a lot of juiciness for you in the future. So that's great right here. If you're thinking about any abundance, any major shifts, keep going. You're in alignment with everything that you need to do. But Jesus reminds you, Christ consciousness, right? It reminds you, open your heart to love. Even though you're conquering and making things happen in your reality, and these things are happening very quickly and very powerfully, you must. It is imperative that you must open your heart to love. I have been doing a lot of heart-based meditations lately, not necessarily focusing on like, I gotta give love to everything, but more so giving love to myself, okay? That's one of those things that we really do ignore when we're doing these paths of higher ascension. We ignore ourselves. Now we're going to Earth. Earth has to do with grounding yourself. Earth has to do with making friendships. Earth has to do with your own personal physical health altogether. So the Ascended Master card here that shows up is Pan, telling you that you got fertility. So your health is going to be boosted up a lot right now. You might even feel more sexually active. You might feel like you might want to start a family or anything. Rahu energy this year did say that if you're a couple that wanted to have a kid, it would be a really good year for you to have a kid this year. Okay. And then we have a dragon card, which is basically the air dragon. It helps you rise above earthly matters. Communicate honestly, bring inspiration and hope, see life from a higher perspective. Rise above earthly matters on the earth card, and then it's talking about life again. You're starting to see how everything's like very connected. Here's also telling you not to worry about earthly matters. So if you were at some point still stressing out about cash and your career, don't even focus on that. Like, just focus on getting things done. Go, keep moving, get your stuff done. You'll be solid. As long as you are persistent with your movement, you essentially have nothing to worry about. So then I'm being told to go to Uranus. Uranus is about massive change, sometimes even destruction, a little bit of like roughness, but it also toughens us up and it makes us better people, stronger people overall. So we have the High Priestess energy from the Ascended Master Isis deck. And she's telling you mysteries are revealed in the eye of Isis. So this moment right here very much so ties with like the whole energy healer, the whole crystals thing, the whole rebirth. Like, you're tapping into really high levels of magic right now because you're in 5D. Like, you guys, you're at 5D. You guys have probably been working such a hard time to like be here, and you're like, I wonder how I'm gonna get here. Like, hey, you're here. Like, that's all that matters. Like, now all you have to do is exist and keep doing your part to move forward. All right. So then here we have another dragon card, which is the Earth and Air Dragon. Represents perfect balance of heaven and earth. Stay balanced. Ground your visions. manifest your hopes and dreams. Didn't I just say, like, you have nothing to worry about? You're in 5D. All you have to do is cruise, right? Didn't I tell you earlier, too, what they say in here? Heaven and earth being balanced. Didn't Cookie, Isis tell you balance career and home life? Air dragon. We're seeing, like, lots of synchronicities here. This is another earth dragon. Wow, really powerful. So then we're going to go ahead and look at Saturn. Saturn is essentially also the energy of Rahu that we're going to be looking at. So we have the blue deep dragon, which is saying that it keeps you safe by clearing your pathway. Trust that you are protected. Walk in a path of light. So right now, if you have been dealing with anything like struggleful the last week or so, you're protected for the rest of this week, because you're in, like, this is amazing energy, you guys. Like, this is really, 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 really good energy. So we had two portions here that told us that you were completely protected. The Christ dragon told us that you were protected, and the deep blue dragon told you that you were going to be protected. Just move, all right? Because Saturn energy has to do with your third eye too, and it has to do with massive shifts. And sometimes when we're making these shifts, it can be super, super scary, but at least we know we're protected, right? So then Venus has to do with love, relationships, family, basically stuff like that. The Ascended Master Isis deck is telling you the dark mysteries. Enter the chamber of the dark goddess. Now, that one's very interesting because if it's anything like what's happened to me yesterday I met this girl. She came through, I met her through a friend. She wanted to do like an Ascended Master healing. I did an Ascended Master healing with her. She started channeling the Palladians because she came in saying like she couldn't channel the Palladians if she didn't know how to get there. While she's channeling the Palladians, I gave her a couple tests. She tells me my real name. She even tells me that I'm from Adonai. And I, like, this girl doesn't know anything about me. And I, like, these are some of those things that I don't share anywhere else. Especially my real name. And I'm like, whoa. And then, you know, it was very interesting because then she told me a secret about my past and my family that, is really hard to swallow, and it opened up some doors there. So maybe you're doing some sort of realization of things that have happened in the past, or maybe something's coming to you about your family life, or how you have trends with people and stuff like that, like dark mysteries basically. This is all like a moment where you're going to start understanding the complexities of your own duality and your own polarity, and you must come out on top when you're going to be like embracing those kinds of energy, because that's really, really powerful for you. But it is also telling you that when you are diving into those deeper, darker aspects of your heart or your family life or your own personal love, that you do take time to retreat in nature, okay? The Green Man tells you that nature is necessary for you to fully evolve into everything that you are, all right? So then we have an asteroid belt. So the asteroid belt here on the on the left is going to be more so some energy for your yin that you need to pay attention to. We have the orange dragon, which brings soul, families, and communications and communities together. Spread belonging, warmth, and oneness. Bring people everywhere together. So very interesting how this has to do with family, right? Like family building, as the Neptune, as Venus was telling us a little bit about that as well. So then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to grab the other astral belt, and we're going to pop out the top card, which is Krishna telling you to find the blessings in your current situation. So with Rahu in play here, Rahu energy can be really intense. Like Rahu energy can make us feel like, I don't know, like, am I really making the right choices? Am I moving in the direction that I'm supposed to be moving? This right here is telling you you're in alignment, but you need to stay positive. You need to keep seeing the blessings, not freak out about the cash, not freak out about how everything's gonna work out. Like, just keep moving. Like, you have it, you got it. You just have to be persistent, and you just have to stay in alignment with your heart. Amazing energy for here right now. Remember, your solar plexus and your sacral chakra are going to be the things that you really want to work on. right now. You can do any techniques like quantum heart, 5D energy healing, quantum reiki, the neurocodes. Very powerful, powerful stuff here that you just can basically be secure right now. If you have stress, let it go right now, because this is powerful. You should give yourself a pat on the back, and you need to refocus. If any stress has been there, you need to let that go so you can refocus. All right, you're exactly where you need to be. Now let's go ahead and dive into the next spreads with the opposite decks.